The drama unfolding in East Asia right now is nothing short of a geopolitical thriller, with missiles flying and world leaders jockeying for position. As Donald Trump jets off to South Korea to rub shoulders with global heavyweights, North Korea's latest actions add a layer of suspense that leaves everyone wondering, will diplomacy prevail, or are we on the brink of more tension? Stick around, because this story has twists that could reshape international relations, and the part most people miss is how personal ambitions are clashing with global security. First off, while still aboard Air Force One heading to South Korea, Trump addressed reporters with a candid admission. He's pretty clear that he can't seek a third term as president under US law, and he calls it too bad. Let's break this down for clarity, especially if you're new to American politics. The 22nd Amendment to the U.S. Constitution explicitly prevents presidents from running for more than 2 terms. It's a rule designed to avoid the concentration of power, inspired by historical figures like Franklin D. Roosevelt, who served 4 terms before it was enacted. Despite this, whispers have circulated about Trump's potential third run, fueled by comments from his former advisor Steve Bannon, who hinted at a plan to make it happen. Trump himself has expressed enthusiasm, saying he'd love to go for it. And get this, just recently, on another flight from Malaysia to Japan, he floated the idea of running as vice president instead, suggesting it as a loophole to lead the country while sidestepping the term limit. But here's where it gets controversial. Does this flirtation with bending rules undermine democratic norms, or is it just bold ambition in a polarized era? Shifting gears, Trump shared optimism about his upcoming talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping, expecting that a lot of problems could be ironed out. This marks their inaugural sit-down in Trump's second term, happening on the sidelines of the Apec summit on Thursday. Trade negotiations are front and center, with both sides reportedly hammering out a framework to tackle thorny issues like tariffs, the fate of TikTok, that popular app with global reach, and access to rare earth minerals crucial for tech and electronics. For beginners, Apec is the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, a group of 21 economies promoting free trade. Think of it as a big family reunion where leaders discuss economic harmony, but often with undercurrents of rivalry. On the flight, Trump also opened the door to a potential reunion with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un. While his primary focus remains China trade deals, he hinted he might extend his regional visit for a meeting with Kim. This echoes earlier signals from Trump about his interest, though Pyongyang has yet to respond. It recalls their past encounters, like the 2019 Hanoi summit where talks stalled, leaving denuclearization dreams unfulfilled. Meanwhile, security measures in Gyeongju are ramping up to fortress levels for Trump's arrival today and the Apec summit this weekend. Both Trump and Xi are lodging in the city, Trump at the Hilton and Xi at the Colon Hotel, where suites now feature bulletproof glass and enhanced surveillance, as local outlets report. Gyeongju, a UNESCO World Heritage Site boasting ancient tombs and serene Buddhist temples, is scrambling to handle the influx, deploying nearly 20,000 personnel, anti-drone tech, and armored vehicles to safeguard the summit site and accommodations. This massive operation underscores the high stakes, protecting dignitaries while ensuring a smooth event in a region fraught with historic tensions. And this is the part most people overlook. The shadow of Kim Jong Un hangs heavily over Apec, even though he's absent. While trade dominates the agenda, Kim's non-attendance feels like the elephant in the room. Speculation has swirled that Trump might detour to the border for a symbolic photo shoot with the North Korean leader, their first face-to-face since 2019, when negotiations hit a wall. Trump's enthusiasm has grown with each press inquiry, and en route to Japan, he even offered to prolong his South Korea stay if Kim agreed, dangling the carrot of easing sanctions. Now, the initiative rests with Kim. He could gain international clout by engaging, showcasing his nation's nuclear capabilities as a bargaining chip. Yet, by dispatching his foreign minister, Cho Sun-hui, to Moscow and overseeing a recent missile launch, Kim seems to be signaling caution, or defiance. Remember, their last meeting was sparked by one of Trump's tweets, so a spontaneous reunion isn't out of the question. But here's where it gets controversial. North Korea's missile tests ahead of Trump's visit carry a provocative edge. Kim hasn't replied to Trump's meeting overture. Instead, on the eve of Trump's South Korea arrival, they test-fired cruise missiles from the West Coast. State media framed it as a demonstration of their advanced sea-to-surface weaponry, a stark reminder to enemies of their nuclear strength. Importantly, this doesn't breach UN bans on ballistic missile tests, and Kim wasn't present, but the timing and rhetoric suggest a rebuff to Trump's olive branch. Some see it as reinforcing that Pyongyang's nukes aren't negotiable, potentially ahead of any talks. Is this posturing a power play, or a missed opportunity for peace? What if Kim views Trump's unpredictability as a liability rather than an asset? Wrapping up Trump's Asia itinerary, he's now touching down in South Korea as the last leg of his three-country journey. Top of the docket, a sit-down with South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, who's pushing to seal a trade pact and lock in a 15% tariff on Korean exports to the US. This visit coincides with Wednesday's news of North Korea's missile firings, just as Trump dives into his high-stakes engagements in the South. We'll keep you posted with live updates as events unfold. So, what's your take? Is Kim Jong Un strategically playing hardball to strengthen his position, or is this a risky game that could escalate tensions? Do you agree with Trump's third-term musings, or do you see it as a threat to constitutional checks and balances? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear differing viewpoints and spark a conversation.